what a beautiful park. Large stretch of green, not ruined, not built on. I noticed that humans tend to want to build on green spaces. You give them enough time and they'll just take the countryside and eat into it, spread their towns and cities larger and larger, fill up all the big green spaces like this. Yeah, it happened in my park in my village. They turned 1/3 of the big field there into like allotments, and then they put up like a giant lamppost thing which is meant to be for a helicopter landing site, which has never happened to my knowledge. I don't know why they need a helicopter landing site there. And it was all very green and had lots of plants, and sometimes they'd let the grass grow tall and they come and maintain it and cut it short. That's all fine, but just to start filling it up, building on it. Sometimes they just build like housing estates and things on places like that. Buy up the land from the landowner. Maybe the landowner's tired of it and's happy to just get a huge wad of money and to give the land away to someone, and then that someone takes it and develops it like when it was previously permitted, like public access and stuff, and it was very natural and green before, and then it just became like a housing estate, kind of like what they're doing on the edge of Oakhampton right now, but I may put a video up on a lot later than this. I have the footage for a video, I don't want to release it at the moment. Personal reasons. Yeah, I like seeing places like this, and this is especially nice place because there's no like over technology. There's no tons of CCTV, there's no tons of parking regulations and stuff. It's quite quiet. Not many people swarm up here to come to this place or use it, but you do get occasional people coming up to it. It's really nice when parks aren't taken or claimed by the city people, as I like to call them. The people who want to come in and use their money to just develop and build, and they think they're improving places like this. Like, we're going to improve this park with our money that we've just made. We're going to pour a load of money into the development or improving of this village park, and they just destroy it. Like, every time, without fail, they make these places worse. Don't want that to happen to this one, but it will happen to this one eventually, and I might be alive to see it. It's already happened to the one where I live in a different village. Something about progressivism as well. It's just like, we need to change things, we need to do more, we need to build more, we need to spread, we need to increase the technology, we need to put one of these new pieces of technology we've invented, like ULEZ cameras or something, into this place, into every place. Like, we need to make all the parking digital now, and we need to attach the internet to everything out in the countryside. Like, we need to put websites and QR codes on trig points and shit like that. Oh my god. Destruction is what I'm seeing. People feel the need to fill things and do things and change things and pretend to fix things, by which they mean just adding things to things that don't need adding to. They don't feel the need to preserve something that looks as it does now. They see something that looks as it does now and go, what can we do to this? What can we change this? How can we make it better by adding our own new shit to it? And they can't think in geological time spans, which is a way I think, you know, just leave things alone. These are the same sort of people who see a big tree and decide that some part of it is affecting them and then cut the tree down, either for wood or because there's a little bit of storm damage, or because it needs a trim and they go too far, or they just feel like it because it ruins their desktop image, like the desktop background image of their world. Like, it's time now, it's been 3 years I've been looking at this tree, time to cut it down. Like, I don't care that there's like birds in it. They especially don't care that this thing has lived a life far, far longer than theirs, like a Galapagos tortoise or something. The tree's living hundreds and hundreds of years, and when they eventually cut it down, they're like, "Oh look, see how long this tree lasted before we cut it down? Each ring is a year. It's like 200 years old this tree was. Amazing. Yeah, you've just cut it down. Great. And how long do you live? Maybe 80 years. And what gives you the right to cut down this tree that's way older than you'll ever be?" Sorry, it started pissing it down with rain again. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right that humans lack the ability to think in geological time spans outside themselves and preserve shit by leaving it the fuck alone. And that they're so concerned with progress that they think we have to move on to a new desktop background, change the look of everything every 2 fucking years, or even every 10 years is still too frequent a change. You need to leave things alone. People like exercising their power over what they see, I guess. They think change is good, and the change is especially good when we do it to just random things that we see. There's something in that mindset that is sour, and I don't really approve of that kind of thinking. So there are certainly parts of my mind that you could call traditionalist or conservative in the ways that what those words once kind of meant, or what they were referring to, rather than what they actually ended up being. I'm not like a conservative. I don't agree with their worldview, but I agree with the idea of conserving the past and having your own individual traditions. And specific traditions are good. Some traditions are evil, some are bad. There are some tribes who have traditions which are just bonkers, that really harm those groups that they live in. And there are some traditions, like my family back in the day when we did candlelit fruit. Hey kids, it's time to come down for candlelit fruit. Come down at a certain time of night, the candle's on, it's dark, you eat some fruit and then go away. That's what my family had, I think individuals and families have their own traditions, and some of them are good, whereas some are bad. What's a tradition? A tradition is simply just something that you've done a lot, a routine that you've either always done in your life, or you've done for a long time in your life, that you've got into a habit of. It's pretty simple when you put it like that, and therefore it can be good or bad. So am I a traditionalist like a tradcon? No, because that means something like a political ideology now. Am I a traditionalist in terms of, are there things of the past I want to conserve? Are there lots of things I'd love to go back to and reverse progress to? I guess regress to, you can call it regressive in that way. So I guess maybe I'll start thinking that some forms of regression might be good, even though that's generally a bad term right now in my mind. But to go back, see, I think of like nostalgia, but I don't think nostalgia in terms of this is something in the past that we look back on with a fondness that we can never get back. I think of nostalgia in terms of we look back at the things we did good in the past that we think we've superseded and that we're doing better now, but actually we're not doing better now. And the past way of doing things was actually the good way of doing things, and for some reason we've conditioned ourselves into not knowing it. And it would actually be not that difficult if we chose to go back and do things in the past way, for us to just go back and do that. But lots of people just can't get their head around it because they've been brainwashed by the left's idea of progress, which is why I use the word advancement when I'm talking about it instead of progress, because that's a tainted word. Catch you all later, folks.